So you clicked on this video on a channel about leadership, and I can hear you say, but Andrew, I don't have anything to lead. I want to later, but what good does it do me to learn about all of these theories without being able to practice them? And I hear you. It can be really discouraging to watch all of these videos and learn about all of these tips and tricks for how to grow people that you have influence over, that you're able to help them to grow and be the kind of person they want to be, and you get to be part of that and the joy that that brings. But if you don't have anybody that really looks to you for leadership right now, if you're in a job where you don't have anybody that reports to you, that's the kind of job I'm in right now. I haven't always, but I am right now in a season where I don't get to implement as many of the leadership tips that I was learning about as I do now. And that can be kind of frustrating or discouraging. So what do? And when you're feeling that way, remember that the most important person for you to lead is yourself. Because if you're not growing, if you're not becoming the kind of person you want to be, and you're not helping yourself get there, then you're not going to be able to help anybody else either. And all of that starts with self-leadership. Because if you're not staying focused, how can you tell somebody else to stay focused? You become hypocritical. It keeps you from being authentic. When you do exhibit good self-leadership, then you become a more centered, well-rounded person who people want to be around, and they will, as a result, lift you into positions of leadership. And even if you don't get an official leadership position as a result, you working on your self-leadership is going to get you a lot more informal leading positions. Like if you're on a committee and there's 5 people on the committee and 3 of them are asking your opinion specifically because you've been working on the skills that are needed, or because you carry yourself with humility, and so it causes everybody else to look to you because they see something in you that they like, or that they want to be more like. So you can be a great example to other people, a sort of beacon of inspiration for them to emulate. A funny example is I was in training with some of my coworkers, and I drink a lot of water, so every time that there'd be a break, I'd go refill my water bottle, come back, and be drinking it. And my coworkers started noticing and asked me about it. And I said, oh yeah, I drink a lot of water because I just feel better when I'm staying really hydrated. And by the end of our 2-week training session together, 3 of my 5 classmates, coworkers in this training together, had told me that they were using me as an inspiration, as an example to drink more water. One of them said, every time I see you drink, I pick up my water bottle and I take a drink of water so that I can stay more hydrated and feel better about myself. And I thought that was, on one hand, pretty cool, but on the other hand, kind of odd, because I don't really care how much water other people drink. They have different bodies that work differently than mine. You know, obviously we share a lot of the same characteristics, but I don't know how much water everybody else needs in order to feel good on a day-to-day basis. And yet here they were saying, oh, I see how much water you're drinking. I really need to drink more water too. And if people are looking to you for something as silly as how much water you're drinking, how much more will they be looking to you when they see you go through a tough situation and you handle it with humility and respect for somebody who's wronging you? Or if you mess up and you take ownership of it, you take responsibility and you apologize, how much more are they going to also see that and try to emulate that? Let alone it's going to increase their perception of you as you grow in character and integrity. They're going to see that and they're going to have more respect for you, and that will increase the likelihood that you do get put into a formal official leadership position, but it'll also increase your influence with people informally. As you grow in character, in skills, as you put your mind to growing yourself, people are going to come asking you for advice on, hey, how did you get that work project done? Or, hey, how did you not stress out when you got cut off in traffic? How can you do something so kind for a friend when they're not going to be able to return the favor? It could be really anything that people notice and are intrigued by. Like I said, it all starts with self-leadership. And by growing in that self-leadership, by focusing on what you can control, how you can grow yourself, it's going to inspire others to do the same. So what are some things you need to do in order to grow your self-leadership? Well, first thing you need to do is focus. And you can check out my video on focus for more tips on how to do that. But you need to focus, and you also need to be consistent. Now, when you focus on something, you'll likely be very consistent with that thing that you're focusing on, but you also want to be consistent in other areas of life. Whatever little things that you're doing or that you want to be more like, be consistent with those things. And the third thing you need is awareness. You need to be aware of what's going on with you, your self-awareness, what's going on in your emotions and your ability to regulate those, and also growing in your awareness of other people and how they interpret the world and how they see things, because everybody sees the world just a little bit differently based on their experiences, their ideas, the things that they've been influenced by. And as you grow more aware of how other people interpret the world and see things, you'll find ways that that's different from how you see it, and that'll help also grow your self-awareness. And so being aware, being consistent, and being focused is going to help you grow in your self-leadership, which is then, as a result, going to inspire other people as they see the growth that you have and the ways that you are carrying yourself. And it's going to help them to do the same and make the world a better place.